TV International is here in Victoria, South Africa. Thanks everyone that is joining us. Really appreciate it. Time we bit late because the network wasn't good at the beginning. We had to switch to another network for us to get a better network for us to accommodate her. She's joining us all the way from Caribbean. She's here live on the African Portal Radio TV International. Those of you joining, please share, like, comment. Your comment is very, very important on this show this hour. It's going to be a lovely, beautiful 45 minutes. I think we only have to follow this program, but it's going to be a very, very well spent 45 minutes. Please, if you are joining us, kindly share this program. Let it go viral. It's happening right now, right here on the African TV International. Latoya, it's a great pleasure to see your beautiful face on the African Portal Radio TV. Thank you very much. Rapudi, thank you so much. I really appreciate sharing it. Keep talking about it. Lovely time. She's going to be on the African Portal tomorrow morning. By the grace of God, it's going to be a lovely time. Hello, everyone watching live from Victoria, Sunnyside, Victoria. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Everyone, join very much. I really appreciate this. Let me quickly welcome my guests to the studio, Latoya, all the way from Caribbean. How are you today, Latoya?
Hello, hello, hello. I am very, very well. Thank you. So pleased and grateful for this opportunity to be able to share here in South Africa. It's like a dream come true. So it's like I'm in South Africa, though I'm not in South Africa. It's really a dream. I've seen, South African television, and now it's like I'm there. I'm there. So thank you so very much for having me. I feel I'm so excited and ready to share. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm so glad, and I like the beautiful smile that is coming out from you. That proves that you are excited to be on the motherland. This is where your spirit, your mind, your forefathers. This is the land. This is home. This is motherland. Oh, to the fatherland. Welcome to the motherland. Welcome to
Thank you.
Africa. We celebrate you for the great job that you have been doing. We really
Yes.
thank God for your life and for the great things that you are doing. Times such as this is show our appreciation to you for you to being one of the great our citizens for that you can look back and say you want your life to impact others people's life. Everyone joining us, let me just quickly take you through brief introduction about my guest. Let me just give you a brief background of who she is and where she is. But let me make it easy because of time. Latoya, let me yourself to my listeners at home. You are where you are and the position in the society.
All right. Hello again, South Africa. Well, right now, like I always say, all the titles and so on, that it's not that important. But where I am, I am a director and a teacher, and I count it such a great privilege to be able to impact the next generation. Also, I am a budding, I wouldn't say motivational speaker because everybody goes under that title, but whoever would listen to my voice, whoever would listen, whoever would open up their ears to listen to a voice of hope. My voice basically is to bring hope and to encourage and to inspire. So the title, sometimes, we get carried away by titles, but I just thank God for the opportunity to be able to encourage and to share and to uplift hearts and lives in a time where there is so much despair, there is so much to be, downtrodden about. But I'm here basically to encourage and to lift the spirits of whoever would listen, and also to send a sound message out that you are enough. Whoever's listening to the sound of my voice, you are enough. And so that's basically where I am and what I have to offer.
Wow, wow. I like that. I like that. Sometimes I enjoy it when I give people opportunity to introduce themselves the way they want people to know them. And I like what you say. You don't want to address you with a title, so-called motivational speaker, but that is who you are. You
Yes.
motivate people. You speak to people's life. You speak to people, and you let people see their way through. But let me quickly take you back to your school days. God gave you opportunities to discover, and you've make it, and you can tell the story of your journey, where you're coming from and where you are. Let me quickly take you back to the line of history. What's life like? What can people learn from your past? What can you tell people about your journey? Where are you
All
coming
right.
from? How do
All
you to
right.
where you are now?
Yes, I thank God. I thank God. I thank God. A song that I really like, that how great is our God, and all will see how great is our God. And when I look at my life, I could really say how great, how great, how great is our God. I'm a simple, what I would call country girl, the eldest of four children, and I grew up, like is stated, or that was stated, in Guyana, a country in South America. And I grew up with my parents, my siblings, and I knew the Lord from early, you know. And I always, though I knew that God's hand was upon my life, I was one that was very shy, and kind of like in the back seat like David, kind of looking on. But one thing that I always loved was stories of inspiration. I would always find the time, like if I'm going through a newspaper and I see something, the section that would catch my attention is somebody else's story. And as I went through, and I continued through life, and I did studies and that kind of thing, I knew I wanted to inspire. But you see, this season of my life is where God is really opening up opportunities and really showing me purpose. In recent times, I've really been seeking God's purpose for my life. And one of the things that is being made very, very clear in terms of even opportunities that are opening up is that God's purpose is for me to just share my story, just to inspire, just to encourage. So from back then, where I just used to love to and listen to other people's stories, now this is my story from humble beginnings. I mean, I would have gone through lots of challenges, but God has been good, and He's brought me thus far just to share a story of hope and encouragement with anyone that would listen. So that's my story.
Okay, let me take it this way. Let me quickly explore you a bit. You grew up, you are born in a country in South America, but currently you are reside in another country. Can you quickly take us through that?
Yes.
Which country are you born? What can you tell us about your country of birth? And what can you tell us about the country where you are now? Where is the country that you are talking about? Africa want to know where exactly you are now, and how can we get to where you are from Africa?
All right. So, oh, wow. So, the country that I was born in That is like 45 minutes a plane ride away from where I am. Also in the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago, the Twin Island Republic. I am there right now. I think in terms of how far it is from Africa, wow. I am not so sure, but I guess it's many, 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 many miles away, you know. But both countries are in the Caribbean, not too far from each other, pretty similar in terms of resources and so on. But I mean, sometimes opportunities present itself and you move from one place to the next. And I have moved from where I am along with my husband because of a job opportunity that presented itself. And I would say it was more than a job opportunity because sometimes moving away from family and moving away from all that is your comfort zone and moving into something totally new and basically like starting all over again. It's where God really, really show you, and it's really where you find yourself sometimes, because sometimes when you're in your comfort zone, you don't explore yourself, you don't stretch yourself. And it's where sometimes it's when you are away from all that is comfortable, or in fact when it becomes uncomfortable, is when God begins to really use you and show you who you are. So that's where I am.
Wow, I love that. Okay, as a woman being and somebody that succeeds all, what can you tell us about your childhood? How do you grow up? What life look like? What are the culture? Because here in Africa we have different culture in Africa. Tell a bit about what you see when you are growing up. How I mean, what's your upbringing? What does it look like?
My upbringing, a pretty simple one, like I said before, nothing fancy, nothing, pretty simple. I spent a lot of time at home with my family. I spent a lot of time. I was one out of four siblings, the eldest, like I said, but I spent a lot of times indoors. I read a lot of, just indoors a lot. And, I did a lot of thinking. I'm still a thinker to this day, spent a lot of time in church. That was basically my life. I was not a very social person at all. Like I said, for me to be doing this, it's all God, because I just couldn't see myself standing. I mean, yes, it's just on a virtual platform, but this is all God, all God, all God, because I was very low key, very much to myself. Like I said, the eldest always had to set that example. So for me to be doing this, I could tell anybody, you could do it too. You could do it too. You may say your personality is not that and so on, but guess what? You have a voice and you need to let that voice be heard. Yes.
Wow, I like that. I like that. Okay, let's take it this way. Let me just quickly introduce this show properly. I just quickly use that to quickly put you on a kind of a hot moment just to get something out of. Let me quickly introduce this show to people listening to all over the world. Thank you very much for those of you that are joining us. I really appreciate this. Rapudi, thank you very much. I see your hands there. Europe, keep sending it. Your comment is the petrol that this show is using to move forward. So please keep sharing it, keep talking about it. The more you share, the more you give it up chance for people to see it. So please, if you are coming in, invite more people to join as well. Let's watch it together. It's going to be a lovely time. Let's celebrate this great woman of our time. Everyone listening to us, let me take time to greet everyone all over the world. Dumela in South Africa, Ashe, Moloi in North Africa and the rest part of the world, and to all the Muslim brother and sister, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In French-speaking country, bonjour. In other English-speaking country, hello, welcome to the Africa Radio Tonight. My name is Joshua Oludare Olusa. I'm coming to you live from Pretoria here in South Africa. It's going to be a lovely, beautiful time with me and Latoya all the way from Caribbean. We'll be having conversation on a journey, what she have achieved, and the challenges, ups and downs, and some of the things that the current generation needs to learn from her. And at the same time, we'll be celebrating her achievement, and we'll be talking about the things that you need to know about a journey. We get to a level where we're going to put her on the hot seat, where we'll be throwing some hard questions to her about life and about things that is happening around us all over the world. So to everyone listening to us, welcome to you today's beautiful, lovely time on this program. Firstly, let me allow my guests please, I just want you, I know you have opportunity to go through the training with Les Brown, and there's something Les Brown used to say that I love so much. Les Brown said that die empty, die empty.
Yes.
Make sure that you empty
Yes.
yourself. I want to give you this platform. I want to give you this platform right now. I just want you to empty yourself. I want you to speak to somebody out there. Somebody's listening to you out there is going through a lot and is about to commit suicide. It's about to give up. It's about to throw it well. It's about to call it a stop. I want to give you this platform in the next 3 minutes. I want to leave the floor for you to address somebody out there with your experience, with your skill. I leave the floor for you.
Yes. Thank you so very much. And even as you said that, there is a thing that I always like to use when I'm inspiring people. I use the illustration of a tube of toothpaste. You know, when we are down to the bottom, there is still some left in the tube. And so, in order for us to get that that's at the bottom, you just have to squeeze a little harder. Squeeze a little harder because guess what? There is still something left at the bottom there. And sometimes we discard that tube of toothpaste or what is left at the bottom there even before it's done. And so I'm speaking to whoever might be listening to me that might be on the brink of giving up. I want to say it today that you are here. You are still here. That you have an opportunity still to see God do something totally different in your life. You are here. You are here. You are here. There are many people that would have succumbed to COVID and many life-threatening diseases, but you are here. And the fact that you are here, your life has a purpose. There's a scripture in the Bible that inspires me each time, and it says, "For I know the plans that I have for you, says the Lord." And the plans are good plans. They're plans to prosper you, to give you a hope. So you are here. I want to say that to whoever might be listening and you are on the brink of giving up. You are here. You are here filled with purpose. You are here filled with all that God has placed into you, even while you were in your mother's womb. And yes, things might be looking very dim. Things might be looking very bad at this moment. But guess what? Your life has meaning. Something good is about to happen to you as long as you believe and as long as you allow God to do what he has to do in your life. You just have to surrender. You tell God where you are at and allow him to send the right people, to send the right encouragement. But taking your life would definitely not be the way out, because guess what? You are here and somebody is waiting to hear your story. So you are here. Don't give up. Don't give in. There is always a way out. There is still a little more toothpaste at the bottom of the tube, and there is still a little more left in you to give and to share to the world. Someone is waiting to hear your voice. So don't give up. Don't give in. You can share that story of despair that could be turned around for God's glory and for your good, and even to bless the lives of all those that might be listening to you. So you are here. Do not take your life for granted. It's God who gave you life and came that you might have it more abundantly. So you are here. Make it count. Make it count. Fight on. Fight on. Fight on.
Wow, wow, what a beautiful message there. If you are listening to me, no matter where you are, no matter what you are going through now, I do understand that you are saying that no, you don't know what I'm going through. You don't know what you are going through, but I want to tell you this. This is not the time to give up. This is not the time to give up. I know it has been very hard. I know it's been easy. You are struggling to pay your bills. Things are not falling in place. Life has been so hard on you. You want to give up. You are not to a level where you tell yourself, it's time for me to quit. No, don't quit. Step is on the way. This prayer is designed purposely because of you, to let you know that there is
Yes.
hope for your future.
There's hope.
If you can still breathe, there are people that they were 6 feet down right now. They are 6 feet down. The only thing they
That's
see
right.
when they look up is the sand, but you can still look up and see sky, so that you can
That's
see
right.
sky upon your head. There is a hope for you. That means you are
Yes.
still standing. So don't give up on
That's right.
yourself. Don't take your life. Don't call it a quit. Just hold on there. Help is on the way. Thank you very
Your
much for
way.
that. I really appreciate that. Thank you very
You're
much. Thank
welcome.
you, Rapudi, for your comments. I really appreciate it. You say, hallelujah, for I know the you plan of blessings, plan of increase, plan of development,
Yes.
plan of self-discovery. That is the plan that he has for you. So don't give up. Don't give up.
Amen.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that comment. Please keep it up. Keep sending those comments. Those comments we do a lot of work on this broadcast this hour. Mara Bowman, thank you very much. All the way from Jamaica. I can see you there as well. Thank you very, very much. Please keep it up. Keep sending your comments. I really appreciate every one of you. For those of you that like to call us, kindly call us on +770333584. Yes, you say, Hallelujah, for I know the plans I have for you, plan of hope and for the
For the
future. So you
future.
have a future. There's a future for you. There's a future for you. That is what is important. It doesn't matter because your tomorrow will be better than today. Your tomorrow will be
Amen.
better, brighter, beautiful than today. Thank you very much.
Amen.
Yeah, let me quickly take you through this. What is journey like? What is the education journey like? How do you know that you can do this? How do you link up to Les Brown? What can you tell us about the training or the teaching that you've received from Les Brown? I put about four questions together there. Quickly take them one by one before we call it a day.
All right, all right. So, in terms of what I have learned thus far, my journey in terms of my education, well, I love languages. So, I pursued languages, French and Spanish, and I am still actually building on that. I also, and
Wow.
now in terms of what I'm doing with Les Brown, it's not a new discovery. Like I said, I knew before that I just wanted to share, but I liked one on one. I just kind of like to speak to people one on one. But now I am seeing there's so many people out there that they're losing hope. And one of the things that stood out to me in my journey in this training with Les Brown is that you have a voice and somebody is out there waiting to hear your voice. So why not speak to more than one at one time rather than just speaking to one? You can never tell who is waiting to hear you. So that is how I got out of that mindset of just connecting to people one on one. I still do it, but now I'm understanding that, you know what? Many people are waiting to hear the same story. So why not take this opportunity to speak to everyone that would listen rather than just speak one on one? So that is what I got out of Les Brown's training, that I have a voice and I need to share this voice, to the world. So that's what I've learned.
Wow, wow, wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I want to quote something from, I have a lot of questions that I put together, but not really question per se. It's just some of the things
Yes.
that I would like us to address. You know, Les Brown used to say something. He say in the grave, and that is the reality. When we get to the grave, you will see thousands of people quiet, nothing is happening, nobody is talking to each other, nobody is fighting each other. There is nothing like you didn't greet me this morning, there is nothing like you look at me somehow. Everybody is quiet. But you know there's so much glory in the grave that they don't use those glory, and those glory goes 6 feet down with them. So what is your home message to the people listening to us right now that they are still waiting to discover themselves? What do you have for them?
What I have to say, like I said, I grew up in church. So I believe in what God's word said regarding not having a vision. But how could you have a vision if you don't even know, where you want to go? If God's word said that He has a plan for your life and He has a future for you, then if you are not if you don't know Him, then you cannot seek Him out for Him to show you basically this is what He has for you. He has a plan, He has a purpose, and even as He reveals that plan and purpose, then that is how you write that vision according to God's word. Write the vision and make it plain. After that is done and God reveals that plan and purpose to you, you need to connect. You need to connect. You can't do it alone. And this is where connection comes in terms of mentorship. You can't do it alone. You don't know everything. You need some polishing, you need some shaping, you need some mentoring. So connect with like-minded people that will be able to pull you, hold your hand, and to take you along the journey, take you and help you to build that purpose. Yes, you have that purpose, but there's something called sharpening. There is something called molding and fashioning. And there are people who would have walked this way already. So why not connect with people? There's so many people, millions of people out there that would have made it, that would have walked this road already. Don't do it alone. Find like-minded people, connect yourself, build strong relationships that will be able to help you and to even sharpen that purpose, that God has in store for you. Each of us, we have a purpose because God's word said it. We were born with a purpose. Yes, we were born with that purpose. And so even as we were born with it, connect with people that would have walked this way already. Don't do it alone. Connect with the right people will come, even as you express your interest and you show, put yourself out there, connect with like-minded people, and you will see that thing that you have been born to do. It will happen. It will happen over time as you write the vision and make it plain. And every day, this is what you are working towards, so that, yes, you will not die with that thing that you were born to do.
I really appreciate that. I want to thank Derek, all the way from United States of America. Thank you very much for joining. Really, Abdul Ramon. Thank you very, very much. Olabanjoy from Johannesburg. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Say interesting. Keep it up, my sister. Thank you very much. That is one of our very own as well. Oh wow, Olabanjoy. I really appreciate that. Please keep it up. Keep sharing it, keep talking about it. It's happening right here, right now on the African Portal Radio. Let me quickly take you through this. What is the greatest mistake you've ever made in your life?
Not taking an opportunity that was given to me. Actually, what happened? I was pursuing one line of studies, and because of fear, false evidence appearing real. Oh dear. I just gave up on something that I would have already had in my hand. But you know what? I believe even in our mistakes, God's grace is sufficient, and He still gives you time to redeem the time. So my greatest
Hmm.
mistake would have been not going forth and taking an opportunity at a time where it was presented to me as in the area of my studies too, and something that I was really passionate about. But because of fear, I just gave up and I gave in. But I thank God for second chances, that now, I am still pursuing, the thing that I love best. I love languages, I love cultures, I love people. Yes. And so now I'm still presented with a second chance to pursue this dream of mine, or one of the dreams, that I have. So, yes, that was my greatest mistake. So I could have accomplished some things a lot younger. I mean, I'm not old, but I could have accomplished some things a lot younger if fear did not, convulse me at the time. But now I have greater wisdom, greater understanding. And I would say to whoever is listening out there, do not allow fear to convulse you. Whatever it is you have to do, whatever it is you feel compelled to do, whatever you feel as if it's your purpose, go for it. Do it afraid, as Joyce Myers would say. Do it afraid. Do it afraid. Do it afraid.
Wow, wow. I like that. Thank you very much, Derek. You say absolutely. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Keep it up. Keep sending those comments. It's very important on this show. Let me quickly take you through this, Latoya. Latoya, you have opportunities to go through a lot of things. You are learned. You are a mother. I told myself I'm going to put you in different of this program. You as a professional, as motivational speaker, and I will be talking to you as a wife and as a mother as well. We are living in a generation whereby a lot of things are happening in our generation that is very kind of worrisome. If you look at the way this generation is training their children, it's kind of very funny. What can you say to the parent listening to us right now as a motivational speaker? What is your word? or what is your advice to the parents?
What I would want to say, one of the things that I have learned in recent times, your mindset has a lot to do with it. And so that's one of my passions as well, being able to really change the mindset of our young people. And so even parents, in some cases, they would have looked at their own past and how they were brought up. And so they believe that, okay, this is how I was brought up, and so I need to pass it down to my children. But it all starts and it finishes in your mind. And so a great mind, you could change your mind. You could change the way you are thinking and viewing things. And even as, you would have gone through what you would have gone through, but you could create and chart a different course for your family, for your children, for your life. So it starts in the mind and it ends in the mind. And a mind is a great thing to waste. And so I would say to a young parent or even a parent that might be struggling, and they may be saying, you know what, I don't know what else to do with this generation. I would say attack the minds, speak positively, despite of what you may be seeing in with your natural eyes. Still speak the thing that you want to see come out of your child. Continue to encourage them. Don't ill speak them. Don't speak the things that you don't want to see come out of their lives, despite of what you might be seeing. Keep encouraging them, not encouraging them to do the wrong things, but speak highly of them. Speak the thing that you want to see come out of their lives. And I believe that there is power in your tongue. And even as you speak and you speak well and you encourage them and they feel a sense of worth, things are going to change. I really believe that it all starts and it ends in your mind. So, mindset, attack the minds of the young people. And I believe that
Hmm.
has a lot to do. How they see themselves. If they see themselves as worthless, if mommy, daddy, and people are always speaking ill of them, then they would soon believe that, you know what, I am not worthy. And so they start to act it out. So, watch what you're saying to our young people. Watch what you're saying. It's a tough time. It's a different time. And so, yes, there's so many negative things around, but guess what? Speak positively. Let them know that you believe in them and believe that they can make a difference. They can make a difference as the years go by. So speak positively and speak to the minds of our young people. That's what I would say to them.
Wow. Well, I like that. I hope the parents out there they are listening to me. Action is speaking louder than voice. Action. Your action,
Yeah.
the way you also present yourself in the front of your kids, determine what they are going to do. So your action in the front of the kids is very important. I'm speaking to every one of us. Please let's learn from that as we are continue in this journey. The mindset, speak life into their life, and I really appreciate that. What is your greatest dream in life, and how do you think to achieve it? Or if you have achieved it, how do you achieve it?
Wow. My greatest dream, actually, my heart is for the youth. Having two children of my own, I know that I'm getting older, and what I see, like you said, it's sometimes it's so disheartening. And so my dream is really, really, really to transform the lives of young people and to really leave that legacy, of change and see them come into their own. And so my dream is to be able to speak to as many young people as possible. First of all, letting them know that they are full of worth, they are full of purpose, and they could do it. They have, there's so much locked up on the inside of our youth, so much creativity, so much of purpose locked up on the inside. My greatest dream is to see our youth flourish in a positive way and to really, really live out their lives to the fullest. So that's my greatest dream, and it's actually something that I'm working on now. For every young person that come into contact with me, I do not fail to speak into their lives in a positive way. So let's say it's not happening at home, I would have done my part in terms of, and they would have heard some form of positivity to continue on, because sometimes there's so much negativity right in the home. The people that they love sometimes speak so much negativity into their lives. So I make it a point, my business each time, to speak into the lives of our young people. So that's my passion, leaving that legacy, of, of, of,
Hmm,
of,
hmm,
of
hmm,
encouragement to our youth. Yes.
hmm, hmm. Wow, wow, wow. I like that. So how are you intended to achieve those dreams? What are you doing towards that dream? What is the step you are taking on a daily basis to make sure that you achieve that dream to 100%? You know, there's one thing to achieve a dream, and you say, "No, I've achieved
Yes.
my dream." But the question is that is it 100% or you just achieve 10% and you think you've achieved? What are you doing on a daily basis to achieve that dream?
Well, I am fortunate enough every day to have students right in front of me every day, whether online or face to face. I have that opportunity daily. So, as I've been learning, I've been pouring into their lives. So, now we have introduced some new things regarding mindset. So every day I would put up a quote. Every day, even for the little ones, they would see things of encouragement. And for those that come into contact with me daily, there is always some form of inspiration and encouragement right where we are. We choose every day to build up the spirits of our young people. Also, there's some things that I'm planning in terms of like summits and so on for our young people. These things are in the pipeline. It's still in planning stages, but things like mindset coaching, things like summits, just to deal with the minds of our young people. Like I said, I believe it's everything is in the mind. And so if their minds could be changed, then their lives could be changed. So there are many things that are in the pipeline. Pretty
Hmm.
soon, yes, I'll be going through
Wow.
some of these things, but this is what I get a chance to do
Stay online,
daily
sir.
to inspire our youth.
All right. Wow. Wow. Latoya, thank you very much. Latoya, all the way from Caribbean, is on the African portal. I have a caller already that's calling onto the program. I have one of the chief in Africa. This is one of the people, one of the great leader. Is the leader and is the founder of Yoruba Creative Legend Award. I have him on board with
Wow.
me, and is one of us in the studio as well. Is the head of operation of the African Portal in Africa, and he's joining me right now. He's listening to the conversation, then he decides to join the conversation. Let me welcome the Double Chief Akin Williams on today's podium. Double Chief, how are you today?
Yeah, bless God. I want to thank God for everything. I want to thank all our Muslim brothers and sisters. I want to thank our audience. And I want to thank Latoya for the great job she is doing right from America to the rest of the world. Keep it up and keep the flag. God bless you more.
Thank you. This is another Latoya. It's not the Latoya that you know. This is another Latoya. The Latoya Walker is the one you know. This is Latoya's son sheet. Also, please
Sunich.
ask your question to her. Sonage. Okay. Latoya Sonage is on the line.
Latoya, in brief, much more about you and what you think of Africa as a whole and what is happening globally. We thank God there is Ramadan period where people have to beg God for our sins and make sure the world is united, we love each other, and we progress in one unity. What do you think about Africa of today to the Africa of yesterday?
Wow, beautiful question. Thank you, Double Chief Akin Williams. I will not let you stay. I don't want to exhaust your data. I will not stay on the line. She's going to respond to your question, but I just want you to step in so that you put your whole professionalism into this conversation. I really appreciate that, Double Chief. That is a beautiful question. What do you think about the Africa today and Africa of yesterday? Wow. All right. Double Chief Akin Williams, you can can join us on Facebook. The show is live to
All right.
listen to our response. But before I let you go, everything going, do you have any updates that you want to tell the world before we go?
I want to announce our event going on the Yoruba Creative Global Legends event. On that, we are working tirelessly. And by the time we come out with our update, it will show talk a lot of you. We are working tirelessly. God is great. God is good. And we want to thank every member, everybody that is standing by us. We want to appreciate them for being there with us. In our silence, God is there for us.
Okay.
We don't need to be making noise. Yeah, but we thank God, we thank everybody. Thank you so much for this privilege.
Thank you, Double Chief Akin Williams. Double Chief Akin Williams is the founder of Yoruba Creative Legend Award. Double Chief, we keep in touch. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you for coming in. God bless you. Yes, Latoya, that's Latoya Sunich. Please, that question is coming straight. I just want you to quickly respond to that question. Listening. What
I would
do you think about the African of today and Africa of yesterday?
Wow, wow, wow. That's it, a really big question indeed. But one of the things that comes right in the forefront of my mind is the word resilience. I think that has been the Africa of the past, and that is still Africa of today. So one of the when I even thought of coming on this show, that is one of the things that really, really, really was resonating in my mind. The African people are a resilient people. They're a people that never give up. That has been and that still is. And so that is my simple answer to that question. Africans remain resilient. And so that is it. That to me would wrap up that entire answer. They remain resilient. Those of the past and those
Wow, wow,
present day.
wow.
Yes.
And the current. Wow, I like that. I like that, and I really, really, really love that response. Okay, Latoya, let's take it this way. Let's take it this way. What is the greatest challenge that you faced, and how do you come out of it?
Right. So again, you see this thing called fear. I could tell you that for me, you would never believe me speaking here today. It is a great, great, great accomplishment. You would not believe the amount of things that, I basically cheated my way out of. I all because of fear and not believing too that I could do it. Sometimes it's so amazing, how fear and maybe lack of even believing that you saw and you would see many great people on TV and so on, and you say, wow, I wish, but why not you? And so that for me, like you asked, what is my greatest regret? I would always say fear and not believing that, that you could do it too. It's a simple thing, but it affects many, many, many people. So even this, as I thought of it, I said, you know what? Why not me? I thank God for opportunities like this that I can open my mouth. Sometimes we look for perfection, and sometimes we even look at the other person. But guess what? Be your best you. Be your best you, and just open your mouth and speak, and just be you. And to me, that's the greatest thing. When you could be you, then you don't have to try to perform. You don't try to have to look and to sound like anybody else, but be your best you. And to me, if you look at things like that, you would not allow fear to convulse you and prevent you from taking hold of opportunities that may come your way. So that's what I would say.
Hmm. Wow, that I'm learning because this is a of we actually put you on the spotlight because we know there's so much God have deposited in you, and we want to make sure
Yes.
that we exploit that and we get as many as possible from you. Latoya,
Yes.
let me quickly take you through this. How do you handle disappointment? There's so many people facing disappointment today, and because of the disappointment, probably in marriage, probably in relationship, they give up and they commit suicide. How do you handle disappointment? And have you been disappointed? Have you been disappointed?
Oh, yes, definitely. Once you are alive, disappointment is something that, things don't always happen the way you would want it to happen. But like I said, it comes right back to my faith in God because, like many, there are times that you feel so discouraged and you feel as if, okay, I started this and I didn't get to finish, or something just happens suddenly and it throws you off course. But what keeps me is my faith in God and knowing that He says, you know what? I know the plans that I have for you. It's one thing, but all things work together for good to them that love the Lord and that are called according to his purpose. And
Wow.
each time something happens to me that might be what I would see as a disappointment, I always see how God works it out and turns it around for my good. And so I thank God for my faith in God that keeps me on a daily basis. And yes, you really mentioned that there are many people that are going through disappointments. People may have lost jobs. People may be going through divorces. People, so many disheartening things that might be happening. But for me, I can say my faith in God is what has kept me and what keeps me each time any form of disappointment comes. And I know that God will always turn it around for my good and for his glory.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank you very much. Who are the people that have inspired you in your journey in life? And where do you derive your inspiration?
I didn't hear the first part of the question. You were kind of breaking up.
Who are the people? Who are the people? Who are the people that have inspired you in your journey? Who are the people that have inspired you? And where do you derive your inspiration?
Yes, yes, yes. My deceased mom, I would say, was my greatest source of inspiration. She was a very resilient and prayerful woman. And that is where I learned, to, when I have my greatest battles, I fight them on my knees. And so my mom, who's deceased now, like I said, was my greatest source of inspiration. But as I go along, there are many people that along the way, my husband inspires me so very much. And I thank God for his life. He is such a driven and positive person that even sometimes when I don't believe in myself, he is there, inspiring me. And people that I've met along the way, Mr. Les Brown, I listen to Miss Joyce Myers, and these are people and even my pastor, he is there, and his wife inspiring and, really motivating me along. And so these are the key people in my life that would have really, really inspired me, and all the motivational speakers that I listen to on a daily basis, to really, really go on. And in recent times, I have met a wonderful couple, Michael and Miranda. They too, it's just great to see people living their best lives and living their fullest lives. And so that inspires me daily. When I see people living their lives, I know that I can do that as well.
Wow, wow, wow. I like that. I like that. The reason why I'm actually throwing that to you is because, there's a lot of people on earth that believe that this have happened to me, and there is no other way than for me to just, I don't want to talk about it. I just want to leave it the way it is. They don't listen to others. And one thing that I like about life is that whatever you are listening to have a way to change or impact your life. If you are
Yes.
reading, if you are listening to music, if you listen to some music every now and then, it will tell the way you live your life. So be careful what the kind of food you are feeding your sense or your brain. Be careful the kind of a message you are keeping in your cycles. Be careful the kind of movie that you are watching, because those are the kind of group or the kind of people that you are actually hanging out with. So those are the kind
Yes.
of things. Let me quickly take you through this because we have a show coming up immediately after this. So let me quickly take you through this. Where do you see yourself in the next coming 10 years?
Wow, wow. In the next 10 years, I'll definitely there would have reached that pinnacle of having a great, maybe even station that speaks to young people or that speaks to the lives of people. And so that for me would be, my greatest fulfillment in terms of just emptying myself and all that I would have learned along this journey called life to be able to lift people. When they think of Latoya Sunich, they will think of a motivator, an advisor, one that inspires, and one that will always leave you not in the same way that you came, but in a totally uplifted way. So that's where I see myself.
Wow, a powerful word from the power voice training. What do you have to say? for us from power voice training? Do you have any powerful word for us that the world can
Powerful.
also hear
Yes.
and help
The-
somebody out there?
Definitely. There is a quote that Les Brown always use. You know what? You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. So I'm speaking to that young person,
To be
that
great.
mother, that father. Yes, that young person, but that might have a great idea. You know what? And you're thinking and you're waiting, and you know what? Just get started. Don't even try to think about the how. The how will work itself out. Just get started.
Wow, wow, that nearly moved me to tears. That nearly moved me to tears. That. I love that. You know, there is so much that I've learned from Les Brown, and there is so much that I've learned from people that I actually host on this show through the Power Voice. You know, one of the message that I got tonight is it doesn't matter how you start little, grow big.
Yes.
Don't start big and grow little. Start little and grow big, and
And
that is
grow
the
big.
vision. Thank
Yes.
you very much for
Yes.
the of your time.
You're
I
most
wish
welcome.
I wish I can engage you for the next 1 hour, but the time will not permit us as we still have a lot of
Yes.
things to do before we call it a day. But I really
Yes.
appreciate it, and I really thank you for the pleasure of to come out to share your story and as well to speak to somebody out there. Before I let you go, what is the greatest message for the world? What is the word?
Yes.
I give you two
Yes.
minutes.
I just
In that two
yes.
minutes, I want you to share your word.
Yes. 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 I just want to say, you know what? Live. I want to leave you with these words. Live. God says that He came that you may have life and have it more abundantly and in every sense of the word, despite of the pandemic, despite of your challenges, despite of all that may be happening right now in your life. I just want to leave you with a message of hope. I just say live, live, live. Live your greatest life now. Now is all you have and make the most of your now. God bless you. And thank you so very much for
Hmm.
having me. Blessings on the TV and the radio station, the founders, and all you wonderful people that are allowing people to come on the spotlight and to share their voice. I really pray God's blessings on you all and the station and the radio program, and that you all will continue to expand and grow from strength to strength and from glory to glory. God's blessing upon you as well. You're doing a
Amen.
fantastic job, and I pray that you also would be expanded and continue to grow and to become your best self. Yes, so blessings, 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 and thank you
Amen.
so very much again
Thank you.
for having me.
Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. You're most welcome. I hope if I call on you again, you will be happy to be on this broadcast.
It would be my pleasure. It would be my pleasure. My pleasure.
All right. Anyway, we'll see you soon. We were always happy to have you on board. We always like to share your
Yes.
story. We will always like to put you on the spotlight. Before I let you go, what is the greatest lesson you learned from the COVID-19?
Oh, yes. That you know what? I can slow down. I was a very, very, very upbeat, always thinking that I couldn't find time to rest. But you know what? Slow down, slow down, slow down. Slow down. That's what I've learned. I can slow down and I can find time for
Hmm.
things that I think that I couldn't find time to do. So slow down. And sometimes it's when you slow down is when you get your greatest messages from God. So yes, slow down.
Wow, wow. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Don't rush it. That is a beautiful
Yes,
one. I really appreciate the time that you come out. For everyone listening to us, Mary Bowman, thank you very much. Elisa Rapudi, thank you very much. I really appreciate this. Double Chief Aki Williams that call in. People are trying to call, but the time will not permit us as we don't have enough time to make sure that we take some calls. house. But to everyone joining us, we really appreciate it. Keep shining, keep talking about it. A call is coming in. Let's quickly see if we can be able to pick it. Unfortunately, we will not be able because of our time. Thank you very much,
Yes.
everyone. I really appreciate it,
Thank you.
Latoya, for your
Thank
time. I
you.
really
Thank you.
appreciate it. Keep shining, keep watching the African, keep talking about it. I'm going to bring you back. Keep doing the great job you are doing. We really appreciate it. God bless you. See you again. To
Thank you
everyone,
very
is a
much.
goodbye from here. I'm gonna see you again tomorrow. Please join us. One of our very own will be in the studio. Elisa Rapudi will be on the African Portal tomorrow, 9 o'clock South African time. Please join us on that program. It's going to be exclusive as well. Join Karakata Buy and Selling Show by 10 o'clock tomorrow as well. God bless everyone listening to the African Portal. Keep watching, keep sharing it, keep talking about it. This is the African Portal. I remain yours, Oludari Oluson. Another show is coming immediately after this show. Ramadan lecture with Sheikh, with Sheikh from all the way from Salama Muslimization here in South Africa. Please watch that show. God bless everyone. Keep shining, keep sharing it, keep talking about it. It's the African Portal Radio. To everyone, it's goodbye here. God bless you and bye for now. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.